We just got some surprising new updates about Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders, and honestly, it's way better news than expected. I'm so glad to say that instead of it's bad news. No, it's good news because brick and mortar stores are going to have real launch day stock, which is humongous. Online retailers look to be moving towards online restocks, and Nintendo is picking their winners in just a few days. So if you're still looking to secure a Nintendo Switch 2, this video has everything you need to know, and honestly, this might be your best chance yet. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Good news, good news, good news, good news. One thing people have wondered and worried about is, if I don't get a pre-order, am I just tough out of luck? Am I stuck in the sand and I will be without a Switch 2? Today, we learn, no. There is an option, there is an opportunity. Target looks to be having a lot of stock on launch day, and they're going to be employing their plan where you make an in-store pickup and then go to the store and grab it. So this works and wins for both of us. By us, I mean the customer and the Target. Customer gets to get the Switch 2. Target gets you to come into Target and maybe, I don't know, pick up a bag of chips or a head of broccoli or a toothbrush or whatever you buy at Target, a greeting card, a toy. I don't know. What do you get at Target? That's something you can tell me in the comments. But also tell me if you want to take a risk with launch day, because according to this employee that gave information to Nintendo Prime, and also things that the YouTuber Jake Randall has heard apparently on his own from Target employees, they're going to be getting about 60 units per retail store. Now that is way more than I thought after pre-orders. If they weren't doing pre-orders, I think, okay, like that's a good healthy number, but Target did pre-orders. Target sold out of pre-orders. Target canceled a lot of pre-orders. And now, according to these screenshots, it looks like they're going to be getting 60 units per store with 50-50 split between no Mario Kart bundle and yes Mario Kart bundle. Now, I want to say that if you do the math, this is apparently like 116,000 units in the United States. And I don't know that every store is going to get 60 exactly. That's what this report is saying, that every store is going to get 60, but this is just based on hearsay and based on what employees are saying, based on what their store has. So I would venture to say that every store is going to have a different allotment. If you're the New York City Target, you're probably getting more than some Appalachian Target, right? I think that's how it's going to go. I don't think everybody is going to have the exact same stock, as this happens with most products, whether it's Pokemon cards, Animal Crossing Amiibo cards, PS5s, the stock is going to vary by location. But the good news here is that Target is already anticipating a substantial amount of Switch 2 on launch day stock. And remember, if you're going to fight the crowds for a Switch 2 on launch day, all the scalpers and all the pre-order people, they're already busy. They're selling their systems. They've already got their systems. So you are working against a much smaller pool of people. And honestly, I think this might be your best chance. I think if you do not yet have a Switch 2, as scary as it is to wait to launch day, you've got Target saying that they're going to have a good chunk. Maybe this also means that Best Buy, Walmart, some other stores are going to have stock as well. It looks like Costco, Sam's Club, they're not doing pre-orders. They probably have stock on launch day. Amazon, who knows what the heck they're doing. They're not retail anyways. But this could be a great way for you to get a Switch 2 with honestly not a ton of effort. And the Target doing their way of hey, you make the order online and do an in-store pickup really saves a lot of trouble, because then you know before you even leave, did you get one and where you got to go for one? And it allows you access to check all sorts of Targets and see if stock is available. So that is your great June 5th plan. What about ahead of time? What about if you want to get in on it earlier? Well, Walmart.com had changed up their Switch 2 page, and they worded it in such a way that it seemed like pre-orders were done. But now they've returned their Switch 2 page to its original vocabulary, saying coming soon. And it looks like maybe they are going to do another wave of restocks. Walmart.com did have restocks, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, and there were quite a few systems up for grabs. It seems like it's been relatively quiet since then, but perhaps Walmart, changing their web pages, is gearing up for another restock. And there's also a chance that somebody else decides to restock as well, although it seems like GameStop has filtered out their bots, it seems like Target has canceled their orders, Best Buy I've really heard nothing about, so barring a second wave directly Nintendo provided, right, or oh, they just found out they got more stock, probably not going to have a second wave of pre-orders would be my guess. I'd love it if there was. My guess is probably not. It's probably going to have to be one of these rare quick-fire restock moments, and you get lucky that you were on the internet when they restocked and you rushed there quickly. So frankly, I don't think that's really a great opportunity, but it could become one if they do decide to do a more substantial restock than just like, oh, we found 3 units that got canceled, or somebody, their payment authorization, it went bad. I don't know. Whatever could happen between now and the pre-order shipping, those could open up and become available. And of course, Walmart would want to sell them to you. So keep your eyes on Walmart. It seems like they're going to be the highest probability of doing more online restocks rather than GameStop, Best Buy, or Target. Target is seen to be a good source for launch day. But speaking of launch day, Nintendo is launching their invites on May the 8th, okay? That is going to be this Thursday. You're going to find out if you got one of these Nintendo Switch 2s from My Nintendo, from Nintendo themselves. And if you have not registered, this is your final alert to go put in your preference. You can pick if you want the bundle or not the bundle, as long as you've been a Switch Online member for a year, and as long as you have 50 hours logged on that Switch, you can enter. Now remember, Nintendo has said stuff like, we don't know if we're going to pick all these people even before launch. We don't know if we're going to even be able to ship it to you before launch, but it is a way to lock in a system and lock in one that won't get canceled. Nintendo might take their time, but they're going to get you that system. And if you want to make sure that you cross your T's and dot your I's, I would do all 3 of these things, right? I would keep an eye on Walmart.com. I would go register with Nintendo.com and see if you can get lucky. I mean, people got lucky where, they waited 2 hours for Best Buy. Somebody would show up for 2 minutes and grab a pre-order. It's not all about who's there first. Sometimes there's a good chunk of random luck, and I feel like Nintendo's system might just be the same way. But then Target on launch day provides you with another opportunity. And I'll keep you posted if more retailers announce stock like this, if more retailers are talking about or leaking information or sharing information. It's really important to know where to target, where to camp out, quite literally where to target, right? With Target, I think it's going to be a crazy day. I think the system is going to be in extreme high demand, but I like that we have a bunch of different angles to attack this from. If you already got a pre-order, you're good. If you haven't secured a system, you have a couple different ways to do this, and I'm hoping for you. I'm sending you good energy, I'm sending you good vibes, and I'll keep you posted on more as this pre-order situation rolls towards launch. We still have 30 days. You still have time. Do not give in to scalpers yet, okay? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Would you risk it at Target on launch day? You think you can get in there? You think you can get one of 60 at your Target? If you have an experience with the Target app and with doing the in-store pickup, I think the app works better than the website. So get that app, get your Target Circle account ready to go, be on standby for June 5th, and then pay attention on Walmart and give it a roll with Nintendo. See if their dice block turns in your favor. In the meantime, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to stay up to date on everything Switch 2 as we lead into launch and beyond. And until next time, thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. SwitchForce out.